Welcome everyone here. Okay, welcome everyone here. We'll call the meeting to order. And we do, I know we do have a quorum, so guess you take roll. Or do we take roll, everybody?
We have a sign-in sheet if anybody has not signed it yet.
Okay, yeah,
Right. Okay.
all right. Jim Travis and I from Spencer County, we did bring a guest with us today. This is Mayor Karen Spencer. She's mayor of Taylorsville. And they have a new commission this year. Of course, the commission's 2-year term, and so been wanting to bring her down so she can learn about what KIPTA can do for the city of Taylorsville. So I know this fellow's the mayor of Shelbyville. So
She's also director of our recycling center.
yeah, she actually works for the county as a recycling supervisor, solid waste coordinator. But anyway, so she's with us today, so thank you all for that. But first on the agenda is a meeting, minutes from the April 24 meeting. Should have, think they were emailed to everybody. We'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the minutes as well.
All right, is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion by Jim, seconded by Scott to approve the minutes as presented. Any discussion? All right, hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Public comments, Nick, I'll just call on you again.
Okay. We didn't receive any public comments before the meeting, and I don't see any members of the public here today.
All right. Move on past that to number 4, makeshift booth selections.
Okay. We have our project lists here. I hope everyone's got a copy. First, I wanted to share that we have 9 booths to allocate for the RTC, and comparing that to the NPO, they had 18 boosts, which they did 3 for Bullitt County, 3 for Oldham, and 12 for Jefferson. So the RTC has a much more boosts per capita than the urban counties got. For Jefferson County, it comes out to about 66,000 residents for 1 boost. So we should be. I'm happy with the 9 boosts that we have. Is sort of punching above our weight a little bit compared to the urban counties. Last cycle, we did 3 for Shelby and 2 for all the other counties. If the committee wants to do that same approach today, I'll open up for discussion if there's any changes or if we want to proceed as last time.
Me and John take them all, we usually.
Yeah.
Since they got all the money.
Yeah,
that's right. No, I'm fine with that. No, I'm good with it too.
Okay. So it sounds like we have some consensus on that. Is that good for Shelby County?
I'm fine.
Okay.
You find me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if we go by alphabetical, we start with Henry County. So for 2 boosts for Henry County, there was 1 state priority project, which we don't have to boost. That's a widening project for Interstate 71. It's about 3 miles in Oldham County and 3 miles in Henry County. It runs from Kentucky 53 at LaGrange to Kentucky 153 at Pendleton. So that one's already off the board and taken care of. The district office, they picked 1 project in Henry County to boost scoping or planning study for Kentucky 389. So then after that, we can get to whatever the judge's priority is for their 2 projects to boost.
Yes, I would, I know this number 2 on this list is way down on the shift score.
Mhm.
But if we boost that one, do we have any chance of getting that done?
It was in the 6-year plan last time, so it's got some seniority. And also in addition to the quantitative number, there's also a qualitative value to boosting it too. just showing that it's a priority in addition to just the raw score. So I think it could still be valuable if that's the priority for the county, even though it did get only about 26 points here. So if you wanted to boost that, when we looked at that, compared to there's the one that's just south of Eminence, that scored a lot better. Part of the reason was the cost benefit score was very low for that project. I think because it's about $6 million there for less than a mile of road. So it's a little pricey, but it's really needed by the truck freight, I know.
Yes, and you know, the south side of Eminence, yeah, it could use widening, but it's not near as dangerous as that north side. So that's the reason I cannot figure, other than I know it's gonna be expensive because of utilities. The south side, I think they can get by without moving to.
Okay,
So I definitely want the Eminence, the north side of Eminence boosted.
okay.
This other one. The one that's the first one on the list.
Mhm. Kentucky 146.
Yes, that, is that. That still doesn't finish the road though, the way I look at that.
No, that's like a middle section. It starts where the current widening ended and goes 1.5 miles. And then that, if you'll see the number 6 priority is the last 3 miles. So that would get it all the way to Newcastle then. So that's sort of the middle segment. Doesn't get it all the way to Newcastle, but gets it another 1.5 miles down the road.
Okay, I'll put that one as 1, 2.
Okay,
So the 1 and 2 then on the local ranking. Would
Okay.
be the one that we would want.
okay. Well, the next one alphabetically is Shelby County, which giving 3 boosts. There was 1 boost from the Highway District Office. The number 7 priority, constructing a 3rd lane on US 60 from Masonic Home to Rocket Lane.
Technically, there are 2 boosts, because we're gonna let the top one to construction here.
Yes, the top one has gone to construction letting, so we don't need to do the number 1. So that frees that up as well. So the number 2, 3, and 4 all scored around 50 points. Those are really high scores for the RTC counties. We have 2 representatives of Shelby County here right now. So do you guys want to lead the discussion on what you guys want?
I'll let the mayor take the floor.
Go ahead.
You sure?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
I mean, I'm in favor of the number 2, which is right there at Freedom's Way and 60. It's definitely a congested area, and I think that's,
You talking about at the light,
yeah.
redo that intersection?
Yeah, it's the north leg as you're coming southbound. It's gonna put a right turn. Which is a need in that area, but unless the mayor has others.
No, I agree, I concur.
I really like, and I think the mayor's gonna agree with this, number 11. Which is becoming a lot more of a congested area. Between Freedom's Way and Discovery Boulevard to Collins High School up there.
Okay.
So it's getting a lot of congestion lately.
It's getting congestion, and it's also gonna probably get more because there's a pretty good development that's just north of that location. So I think it's best that we plan ahead, obviously, for that area. And of course, it's right there with that major intersection as it is. I concur.
And then I really don't have a third one marked, because it kind of got behind.
Taking that side.
But
It's like Christmas, man, you get picked credit.
I know, well, I mean,
Yeah, John, he's not here.
I don't think John Park's on with us today. Oh, yeah, John's there. There he
There he
is.
is.
John, you got any input on this? This is Deputy Judge.
No, talking to the judge, I think Mick had suggested maybe number 4 on the list, moving that up. That was the only thing that we had thought about.
Yeah, there's the industrial sites near there. That's just north of Interstate 64 in Shelbyville.
Yep, number 4.
Mick, is that the one that you had suggested in that email?
I thought, that there's a lot of good candidates for Shelby County. Number 2, number 3, and number 4, and number 11 all scored around 50 points. And then number 7 is boosted by the district office, so it'll become 57. It's really just, the needs of the county. Whether, you want that spot improvement there, or if you're interested in the widening of, 55X on the east side of Shelbyville. That's a little bit bigger project. That's about a $13 million project versus number 4 is just a little over 1 million. So it's maybe a little easier to get the smaller project possibly.
I'm good with, and
Yeah.
by the way, I'm having slight problem hearing everybody, but I think I heard the mayor on there and Ryan, so we're good with whatever the consensus is, but seemed like number 4 was one that
Number 4.
we had talked about a little bit.
Yeah, I think that was probably.
That area's
our
getting,
3.
we got in that area, John's the number 4 out that you brought up, in that area, we've got a TA truck stop coming just across the street from Tractor Supply on Old Brennerstown. Hotel going in there, a retail center with a restaurant going up over there, and then on the other side of 55, we got a Quick Trip going on that corner.
Yeah.
A fueling station. So I think we're just gonna continue to see, and then Industrial Foundation and the city, county, whatever out there on Old Brunerstown has $2 million they received to extend the road further west past Martin Ria, which is gonna open up additional land out there for development. So I think if we can, anything we can do to help that intersection ahead of time would be great. I think that'd be a good project. I don't know.
I know it's too late on the southbound lane. Are you having the developer participate in the cost of the northbound right turn lane into the new development?
Yes, the Quick Trip will build a right turn lane off of 55 onto
Okay.
Old Brunerstown, and then they're widening Old Brunerstown from 55 to the eastern side of their project. And then heard today as well that there's been some inquiries about the industrial property just past that.
Be a red light there.
There is a light there already.
There's one out there already.
Yeah, we got the light there a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
Rumors
originally we were going
Is that
to.
what Tractor's Supply?
Yes,
What about up on the other, what's the street up across from where they're adding on to the big building?
that is.
Old Rumorstown?
No, well, you got Brennerstown that's across from those buildings. And that's in the plan to get a light as well by the developer, when it's warranted. So all that area where all that new industrial growth is, it'll get a light eventually. But I think 2, 4, and 11 would be good projects to boost on our side to try to get these implemented. What do you think, Larry? I know you got some thoughts.
I do.
And we'd like to hear your thoughts.
We're talking about the pressure that's on that 55-60 intersection right now. And we have a right turn lane southbound. There's also a project in here for right turn lane northbound, where you get locked in right now by that Walgreens entrance.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty, it's a
That's
very, very heavy right turn lane.
Is that number 13 on our?
But
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you can get to the right lane, usually that whole right lane is empty all the way to the turning lane because everybody turn, and so then you're sitting there waiting for them to turn versus get on up to the light right
it's
there.
the same people that are trying to do that later on come and then give a dual left.
Correct.
Coming the other direction, so. And that was also a project that was requested by the state representative to put in here, so that might be one to consider.
But we have 3,
Yes.
We need.
and it's got 53 already, so it's got a pretty good ranking, doesn't it?
2.
Would that make a difference?
They're all high scoring. It's, I would really just go by the needs in the county probably.
John, did you hear that?
I'm not very well.
Larry Cheney from the state brought up number 13 on the list, which is a additional right turn lane or an extension of that right turn lane or something at Walgreens onto US 60.
Yes,
And so,
It's a low cost.
yeah, it is a low cost. You can pull that out of the budget, can't you?
That shouldn't be nothing, should it?
You and then, yeah, 670,000 ain't bad. We could split that, couldn't we?
You drink
Negotiating. I don't know, I still like 2, 4, and 11, so just, and then 13, hopefully with the high ranking would get out there and it's a low. Is there other funds that could be grabbed for that intersection?
He's saving them Henry County.
Yeah, you can always go to the legislature, get the, plan.
Yeah,
I mean, this HIP process is a tool. It is one of the ways that we try to decide what the needs are.
yes.
There are a lot of good projects that don't make it. We've got
Mhm.
billions and billions of dollars worth of needs and hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of money. So, and this boosting process also, it's not just the number, it's the fact that the community is project, you know, and local elected officials are behind it. That means as much when it gets to program management as a little higher end.
Gotcha.
I can't speak for Jim, and I'm still learning this process, but we get, how many, do we get two
Two.
extras? All right, what if we give one to another county? Does anybody ever do that? Or
You
do they
can,
not?
there, it's completely up to you if
Is
you want
that
to
a
do that.
beneficial thing?
Um,
I mean, would that kind of help seal the deal or get closer to sealing the deal? I mean, the reason I bring that up is because everything you all do in that area will be a positive for us also.
Absolutely.
And I mean, if it's, and the main reason I bring that up is I know anything to do with 155 is on the drawing table. Larry, that'd be an accurate statement. Anything with 155 is already on the drawing table. And we,
We've got some good support
yes,
from your legislators too. So
Right.
it Means a lot.
I mean, I'm just, it being new, I'm just wondering, is that, and I can't speak for him, we're each vote today, so.
well, one thing that kind of would support that would be that, Spencer County received 4 highway district office boosts. So you've already gotten 4 boosts from the state, and Spencer County only got 1 of those. So, that would even it out a little bit, if you were to include those.
Spencer got one or,
Shelby got 1 and Spencer got 4
okay,
of the boosts from the district. So, since Spencer County kind of won out on that in that way, so, if you didn't have projects that you had in mind for your boost and you wanted to give it to Shelby, that would be fine, I would think.
And it's not that we don't care about Shelby County.
Oh,
We care a lot about Shelby County.
Well, you know, the one with Bullock County, the 31E. You know, as far as I'm concerned, you know, that affects Spencer County. It's probably the smallest portion that we could do with all of this, you know, 155 is definitely, and 55 is the main corridors. But that section over there, it's just what, 2 miles in Spencer County and right on the edge of Spencer County. So if we don't go with Bullock County on that, how does that work? Say we don't want to participate in it.
Oh, well, if I turn to Spencer County's page here, that one, it scored pretty well on its own, 45, and it was in the 6-year plan, last round. So it's got a little bit of seniority there. You know, it's hard to know what'll come. You don't know for sure what's gonna be in the recommended plan, and even less sure what's gonna be in the enacted plan. But it's still got a good chance at 45 and having being in the previous plan.
And if we don't boost that one, we're okay. We can pick the other 2 somewhere else and
you could pick anything you want to boost. It's,
We got anybody here from Bullock County? Won't make anybody mad.
no,
Yeah, we don't wanna make. But I think us boost, well, go ahead, then we'll get to Spencer County.
Well, and I was curious about how that worked, and you all explained to me, so thank you.
That particular project will probably be a study first. And then we'll have the one at the bottom. Yeah, 354.
Yes,
That'll probably be a study first because we're also looking at a study of 31 in Nelson County. Because all of that has recently been rebuilt.
correct. That's
And
exactly
there
right.
are just some safety problems that are coming up, mainly due to speed, not necessarily because of the roadway.
Right,
So there'll probably be a study, safety study done first. So that project's a little bit down, but
Good idea.
but it'd be real good if y'all could get, Shelby County could get this one done,
Which one's that?
especially it's number 13.
Oh, 13.
It's not a lot of money, it's going very high.
Mhm.
I'm on a conference call, so let me, but I'll check with you a little bit.
it'd just be a really good complement to the widening of 60 west of there and the south
Mhm.
all at once.
Jim, you wanna give one up? Or you think that's bad?
I think we ought to keep the two we got.
Okay.
We can lobby with, Representative Decker.
Yeah,
And see if they can maybe get some additional funding for it.
did you want to answer the question about the
I
sidewalk?
do, Larry, I got a question, and number 7, is that the one that's that's gonna get a boost, correct? The Sonic Home Rocket Lane.
Yeah.
All right,
Yes.
in regards to that, and then of course, number 10 is the one that involves with the facilities on the north side. How does that work? I'm trying to pull this together, because that's obviously a project that's gonna get done, but how do we get the
7 is going to get done.
Right, the 7's gonna get done, but to me, it doesn't make more sense at some point to get 10 moved up in there to where when you're doing that project, you do it all on once.
It's a long story.
I know, I get it, but
And pride and price, I actually went to my desk and I drew up preliminary plans and gave it to them. Saying this has to be included. There's no way that we can build this without building a sidewalk for these kids who are now walking in the dirt, riding their bikes.
yeah, I mean, it's unsafe because they're in the roads, not on the sidewalks.
And they said, this project's too far along, we're already buying right away, we can't do it. I still think you can, I still think it's the best thing we could possibly do. Is to combine it, but it's gonna cost you more money to redesign the plans, because you have to go with, curb and gutter
Mhm.
for the section through
Okay,
the school, and then already right there, but it makes all the sense in the world to do it all at the same.
I just don't want to get lost in the shuffle. I mean, I know it's in our
I
plan.
wish I could help,
Okay,
because it's in the bike and ped plan
Yep.
that you have.
right,
That the cabinet, well, it was developed after the project was started, so their contention is it wasn't in the plan and we didn't accommodate it at the time. But I got the, number 10 in there. Finally, as a separate project, that maybe we can get funding for it by the time the other one's ready to go to construction, and they can be all done together.
very good, thank you, sir.
I still hear about it at the office. And I was like, so if you want to build it, we'll give you the concrete and a shovel and tar.
Well, it just makes sense.
It makes all the sense.
I mean, that's the thing, when I look at all this and still processing, it's like, that makes sense.
Doesn't make sense.
No, help me.
Part of the project is building sidewalk. There's gonna be an extension sidewalk,
Right.
and then another section is gonna have the berm where sidewalk is built.
Yeah.
Then the other piece is not at all, so it's, it's just,
I mean, I think if John, if you have any other comments, but I think the mayor and I
2,
have
4, 11.
2, 4, and 11 are what we would like to see.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you.
Okay, so we'll go with 2, 4, and 11, and we're gonna do some lobbying on 13
I'll be on 13.
and work on that since it's a lower price tag, but it still, it scored well, 53 points.
Scored very well.
So hopefully we can get something with that, and then if not,
And it-
we'll
and it
work,
makes sense.
we'll work everybody else and maybe we'll find that money. By the time, probably time they build it, it'll be double that. And Larry, on the one the state boosted, that 2.8 million price tag is gonna go higher. We've already heard that from our utilities are already went, what Tom say, 3 times, 4 times the amount that they originally budgeted?
Yeah.
Because they've waited, because it's been in the works for how many years? Well, so it's, that price tag is not accurate. So now they have to find more money to actually do that project. But yeah, we'd say 2, 4, and 11, and then we'll work on 13. Okay?
Okay. All right, well, we'll move along to Spencer County then.
So we get 2,
Yes, sir.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Okay, 1, 2, and 4. Okay, they involve spot improvements on 155 from Elk Creek to the Jefferson County line. Okay, and then 7, 8, and 9, or 7, 8. No, I'm sorry, 10 and 11 is widening of 155 in the same sections. So why do we have these 1, 2, and 4 even on the list again? Because it doesn't make sense, you know, like the mayor said, to do these spot improvements
Mhm.
before we do the widening. It just doesn't make sense.
Right, it is redundant there and they scored low also. So that would be a good argument towards supporting the larger projects that the Highway District Office boosted number 10 and 11. I believe those number priorities were made back in January. And I think they started public meetings on the 155 after that.
they do.
So I think that when that list was first made with those at the top was before that
Yeah.
there was as much momentum for the larger project.
So number 10 and 11, we got a boost there. It goes from 57 to 52. Is that correct?
Yes, the 10 points is added for the Highway District Office for number 10 and number 11.
Okay, so I would think that we leave number 10 and 11 alone and 1, 2, and 4 alone and pick out 2 of the other ones,
Mhm.
be my opinion.
Because it doesn't help to boost 10 and 11.
Well, we've already got a pretty good number on it, so
It's,
Well, I know, but you know,
will it help to boost 10 and 11?
I guess that's a better question maybe for Larry on how committed the state is on it already.
In the past, we've always looked at the project that's very, very important. to everyone. Regardless of what the score is, the highway district office, the local government, those think it's a good project.
You
and
know,
it's
we,
looking
we,
pretty
I think
favorable.
we're in consensus that way.
the 10 and 11, we
Yeah.
get 2,
I'd go 10 and 11.
those. You
Boost
think
them all,
Larry,
it's
those
gonna
are
be
good for us to
100%.
boost?
I think so at this point, because on it, like, where's the right thing to do?
Okay,
But another question is, if we do not boost those 2, the project is still gonna be going along, will this make it go quicker if we boost it?
It's possible.
Possible, but maybe not possible too.
It's also not possible.
So if we leave those 2 the way they are and boost a couple of these other ones down here.
These are higher ticket projects.
for example, this one at Dollar General, they're in town.
Mhm.
I think that needs to be done, and then we can probably work on Representative Tipton, Senator Higdon on it.
Mhm.
That's a good project and fairly easily done.
Correct. That one needs. Correct. Well, and even the city can help us on that. So I mean, Jim, if you're good with 10 and 11, you can just do 10 and 11.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sorry.
At the dollar store. Well,
Yeah.
we'll boost 10 and 11 on our list.
Okay.
Also, is on number 12. Okay, the widening of 55 from Shelbyville to Elk Creek. That, I don't know, and I'm sure y'all know, but I travel that road 3 or 4 times a week.
Mhm.
And the traffic volume on the road has increased in the last 2 years. Unbelievable, especially during rush hour, morning and night. And if you get a piece of farm equipment or you get road construction like we're doing now with all the utilities along there. It's starting to be a hassle to get from Elm Creek to Shelbyville. And that one right there really needs to be done, in my opinion.
Well, it was in the 6-year plan last time, so hopefully, it might keep in it again, but you can, definitely let your legislative representatives know that that's a priority that you weren't able to boost, but you're still interested in it. That would be my advice, is to, let the legislature know that that's, important to you.
You know, they, the state blacktopped, I guess the Spencer County part of that road, you know, last year.
The HSIP project went in there and did some shoulder work and other work curves and hopefully helped it
It did,
as much as you could in the existing drivers.
yeah.
But this is a major construction.
But you know, all the, especially the businesses in Shelby County right there by 64, when all that comes to be, that 55 through there is gonna be, it'll be like 44 from Shepherdsville
Well,
and
and
Washington.
I live on that end of town and I see it every morning and afternoon. I mean, a lot of the traffic's coming out of Finchville, Spencer County, even J-Town. Everybody's taking that route. And, you know, it's pockets, you know, when you look at the traffic, but and that's why we're here.
Yeah.
You know, to improve the traffic flow and let the public know that we are being very proactive on this infrastructure.
Yeah.
Throughout our community, your community, and everyone around us, so.
I'm gonna hit up for Representative Tipton and Senator Higdon on y'all's behalf. On that other project, cause James Allen knows that, that's all. Our folks are going that way. I mean, we got 85 or 8,800 people every day drive out of our county to work.
That's right.
So
Yeah, we've got a high commute rate.
Way over you.
a lot of them are coming your way, and there'll be more of them.
I'm gonna do that and go get that.
We'll pick those 2, 10 and 11.
Okay. All right, well, we're on to, Trumbull County we have, Judge Ogburn and, Mr. Couch. The Highway District Office, boosted 2 for you. The intersection of 421 and 1226. And also the project on KY 36 between Milton and the county line. And Mr. Couch and I were just at a meeting about that yesterday. It looks like that would involve rebuilding the bridge on Knip Creek and relocating that intersection in downtown Milton at Ferry, just north a little bit, to be able to get some curve in it for trucks to be able to pass through. So the number 1 and number 2 priorities were also your 2 most highest scored priorities. So what are you guys interested in boosting for Trimble County?
Is number 4, is that one slated to get done, Larry, anytime soon?
Well, depends on which direction we go with it.
One of those,
I thought-
redoing that intersection brings the road out of the floodplain. The rest does do.
I don't,
Oh, you're talking about 421?
Yes.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
this-
yeah, he's asking about, this is between, Milton and Bedford, about maybe halfway or so.
I thought Tom said that there's a design or something already done on that.
There is a design, but I think there was also a discussion about maybe not doing anything, maybe striping, maybe some signage,
Okay,
maybe flashing. Signal of some sort.
I know he said he wouldn't take it out of here right now because the design work had already been done on
So
it.
we need to take it to completion, whatever that looks like.
And then back to Jack's point on the intersection of 36 down there. I don't think we can go any further north with that towards the river, because it's gonna flood, and it's gonna be, unless it's, the elevation's raised up, all the way down through there. Because portion 36 was underwater this last flooding event we had there, so. So, but I think the first two, Jack, if you're in agreement, that's the ones I would like to have them boost for sure. I think those need to be, because I think if we get 36 done, then we can start, because we've already got the study in place for the new approach to the bridge, so I think all that could tie in together later down the road, so. So 1 and 2 make.
1 and 2,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Okay,
It wouldn't do any good to boost the transportation study, would it? At this point?
No. And typically studies, there are a few studies in here, but they don't score very well.
okay, well, like this is 9, I believe we need to take an action on it.
Okay. All right, does everyone know what we also, each of us selected? Everybody good with that? If they are, I'll entertain a motion to approve the boost scores that were accumulated on this agenda item. Entertain a motion to approve the boost scores.
I'll make that motion, Judge.
All right, there's a second?
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion by Judge Osborne, second by Judge Bates to approve the boost scores that were just selected by the committee. Any discussion? All right, hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes. All right, Mick, number 5.
Yes, I'd like to try and keep the momentum from Safe Streets and Roads for All going by dedicating a few minutes of each of the RTC meetings to safety. The safety action plans are available on the KIPTA website now. I can send a link to anyone that needs it. They're ready to share with their communities if you guys want to. But today, I have some brief statistics about distracted driving. They're on the back page of your agenda packet. So in the KIPTA region, which includes the urban areas, distracted driving accounts for 35% of all crashes and contributed to 21% of fatal and suspected serious injury crashes. And then below that, we have a table for distracted driving fatalities and serious injuries sorted by county and year. That's from the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet Office of Highway Safety. You'll see we started with 3 fatalities in 2020 and only had 1 fatality in 2024, which of course one's too many. But that's, we seem to be moving in the right direction also with the injuries. 2024 had the lowest number of serious injuries of that 5-year period. With the distracted driving, that's showing an improvement. But we also have that Kentucky's 2024 fatality rate was the 9th highest in the United States. So we've actually shown some improvement from 2021 to 2024. There was a peak during the COVID years. The number of traffic fatalities decreased 11% between 2021 and 2024. But if you take it back 10 years, if you go back to 2014 to 2024, the number of traffic fatalities in Kentucky has increased by 6%. So over the long term, we're moving in the wrong direction, but in the short term, we're moving in the right direction off that COVID peak. But that's all I have, except for that statewide, the fatal and serious traffic crashes. I know when we did the Safe Streets and Roads for All, we put dollar figures on it, which is always hard to do to quantify the economic and quality of life cost. But that cost for the statewide was $29.7 billion last year. So when we talk about spending money on safety, it's a good return on investment. But if anyone has any discussion about that, that's all I have.
One thing that I've done that I've picked up on, and you guys probably have, you know, when you think about the population of each of our counties, and then when you look at numbers, of course, Shelby County has more people than all of us than our three together. And, but you know, numbers, when you look at serious injuries, you know, I'm thinking in 2020, how in the world does Spencer County have 8 and Shelby only had 2? You know, when you see that, and then, my goodness, y'all terrible in 2022, y'all had 20. But nonetheless, you know, so we have to ask ourselves with the amount of roads we have, I mean, we don't even have an interstate in our county. But,
Well, we've got a semi-interstate on 155 going to Jefferson County.
Well,
Probably that's where most of those fatalities, you know,
Right.
come from.
but it's, you know, just want to point out when we look at our own counties and we look at our neighbors, you know, try to evaluate, you know, it's our duties as elected officials to figure out where the trouble spots are. And that's kind of why I just wanted to have this discussion, but nonetheless, like you said, Mick, one's too many.
Right.
So. All right, any other discussion on the number 5? All right, move on to number 6, county transportation updates. No particular order, if any, I'll go last, so you guys have updates.
Judge,
Well, we're got 146, the part that they worked on complete, and it's a whole lot better. I think we had a couple fatalities on that, but that was right after they got it done, but that was from a drunk driver that wouldn't have made no difference if the road was straight or crooked, you know, but it really has improved that traffic. I mean, it may have increased the speed a little bit, but the law enforcement's watching that pretty close too. Yeah, so other than that, I don't have much. It's, that has been a big improvement, I will say that, as far as so many accidents.
Trimble County, we got hit really hard during this last flood event with damage to roads, so we've been working with FEMA to try to recoup some of our money on that stuff. We've got total road projects. We had about $2.8 million worth of damage to our roadways, so a lot near the creeks. We had roads wash out and fail. So we're in the process of getting those put back together. We've started paving using our flex funding for we've got 4 county roads slated to get those done, and then District 5 is going to do a section from Henry County into Trimble County down on 3175, which is Sulphur Road. So quite a bit going on with roads in our county. So and Larry and Tom and the group, they're doing a study for the approach to the Milton Madison Bridge to try to get that rerouted. So we appreciate that too as well, Larry, because that really needs to happen. So that hill is going to be gone one of these days. We'll have to fly over to Madison, I guess.
But is it,
We might get some tourism that way, Judge. Land over there on the new Marriott Hotel, Fairfield.
Go ahead, Mayor, or John.
What? I'll go, obviously, anytime you're in Shelbyville, I don't think there's not any one spot that there's not construction going on right now. You know, for the public there, you know, it's frustrating, but I can say I know all the work that's going on in the interstate right now. We have seen probably some improvements on decreasing the amount of accidents, not to say that unfortunately, some of those accidents weren't anything that the state was doing wrong or we were doing wrong, but it's obvious when people are spending time on their phones and they're watching movies and texting, and bad things are gonna happen. But, you know, we know we're in for the long process here. It's gonna take another 2-3 years to complete that project. And then obviously we've got a lot of projects that are gonna be happening throughout Shelby County, and it has an effect on Shelbyville, has an effect on Spencer and Henry and all of our surrounding counties. But I think we're doing the best we can. And we're just thankful that we've got that, collaborative effort from the state and everyone, law enforcement and everyone that's working to make this as easy a transition as possible. So, John, I don't know if you have anything you want to add?
You're on mute, John.
There you go.
I think the mayor covered it. Thank you.
All right.
All right, thank you, guys. I know, well, in our county, we're like John in Trimble County, we didn't have we had a lot of flood of, all that rain did some damage, some more severe than others. We didn't have roads washed out. We had one kind of fall off and we dug into the bank and you could still, get around it, but we're working on, a lot of FEMA projects ourselves. I don't know what they all add up to. But we're working on those and, as far as the state roads, Larry, y'all's bunch has done good. Of course, we had a couple of roads that was bad that we got surfaced and then we've got the new ones, the other bad ones that are slated to get maybe this fall or next spring. And, I had a lady call me about out on Mill Road and that crooked bridge had some bad spots. And, she reached out to me and then when I reached out to, Keith King, just 2 or 3 days passed in there. Anyway, they had already fixed it. So, but y'all are doing good on patching and anytime I call in, y'all are right on it. So doing the best we can do. Y'all are doing the best you can do. And anyway, the public is so far satisfied. Jim, you got anything? You covered it. And, but anyhow, we don't have the stuff going on like you guys do, and you're right about every end of Shelbyville. Shelby, there is something going on, but I will say whoever's doing the work on 64, every time I've got on 64 to go to Frankfurt or somewhere, it's not really a holdup. Maybe I've called it just right, but.
Well, you know, and a lot of it too, everything that we receive from KYTC on roadshow information and what's coming up the next week, we try to get that out, especially on social media and. You know, that's a good place for people to learn about what's going on. So it does help.
Yeah.
You're gonna still have a lot of people upset but it is what it is.
Yeah, they've done a lot of work in there and again, I've never really got caught behind traffic in it for some reason. But anyhow.
I got one more thing.
Yeah, Scott, go ahead.
On you guys dealing with FEMA, we are too, but do you feel like you're making headway or you feel like you're spinning your wheel?
All right, now what we did, we went with ER Assist. We had been doing it ourselves in our office. And it was just piling people up. You'd have 1 or 2 people, that's all they would do.
Yeah.
Well, we went with this agency and they're working on our behalf. And it's Erin McCauley is one lady and then another lady is Laurel. Forget her last name, but Erin is one that we work with pretty much daily. And when FEMA's been coming out meeting like almost every week, and the road department folks will go with them. Somebody will, and they'll go look at here and look at there, and then you'll get emails at 3:14 a.m. from somebody from Washington or somewhere. And when I get them, if she didn't get them, I just forward them to her. And I mean, they. I guess they operate kind of like KIPTA. They get paid on the back end if they're successful and they're doing the legwork. And that's what we chose to do this year. And
It's worked out good.
I think it's worked out good. Now that one road that we had that failed, we got on one of the state programs to fix it. Where they would, emergency aid to get it fixed. And but that particular storm, we didn't get the declaration until late. The early storm, they're still working on the early storm. They haven't even got into the second storm.
Well, we are too.
And
I'll tell you, I'm afraid. I mean, the first people comes out and they say you need mitigation on this bridge. So then I get, it's a low water cross and they want to put a bridge in. I said, okay, so I get a bid on that. Well, then they come back now and saying, oh, you don't need a bridge, we just need to fix that. Well, I don't think we can fix it for what they think that, or for what they saying the bridge is gonna cost. So we're just back and forth and to come back, my road department, they can't get nothing done for babysitting them people. It's frustrating to me.
Did you go to the Shepherdsville meeting?
No way.
FEMA meeting, well, those trainings
Check, yeah.
that they're having around.
If they still have them, you grab, go ahead and grab one of them. I went and it was informational, but the cutoff date is what's in.
You know, they're having them
September or something.
across the state, well, but they have extensions on some.
Yeah,
But nonetheless, I can't say that they paid to fix one thing that happened this year, because they haven't. They haven't paid for one thing. But hopefully they'll, you know, I asked my road guys the other day, I said, when we gonna start digging and putting block and fixing? And I said, talk to ER Assist and get some dates together. And, they're not ready yet because FEMA's not ready yet. So you can do it, but they won't pay you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it could be a lot better than it is, that's for certain.
Judge, I got one thing too.
Yes.
Our current state road supervisor, David Smith, his dad just passed away. His name was David as well, and he was a state road supervisor there as well. So, just want to remember them in our thoughts and prayers this week. So.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
I got one more question, doesn't relate to roads, but in Shelby County, all the utility poles, the big, huge poles that's going up, you know, around those two big buildings and all down 60 is just constant. What is that? Is that for future growth of what's going on there?
Well, and there's multiple utility companies that are in that area. Of course, we've got Kentucky Utilities and Shelby Rural Electric, Eastern Kentucky Power. Right now, Kentucky Utilities has a grid that they're putting in over there that is just east of the hotel. So a lot of those poles that are being put in, yes, they're transmissions, not only for what's currently over there right now, but they're probably looking at for future down the road while they're putting all that in.
Yeah.
Water and sewer is intact.
Well, you know, I got off to Gene Snyder to Shelbyville Road the other day on Sunday.
Yeah.
And there must have been 20 LG&E trucks, big ones, and they putting poles up this big around
Yeah.
right there at the intersection. It was amazing. On Sunday afternoon,
Yeah.
the number of people and equipment that was there, and I think it was going your way.
It's actually going, they're going from Valhalla's up there by Eastwood, they're heading west, going into Louisville. That's where they're doing that, and then we've got everything you said around the hotel and the interstate out there and all that. There's two substations that are being built, like you said, one by East Kentucky Power and one by KU. And they're to serve those two large buildings and all the other buildings in the area as well, but we also, KU has to improve their system a lot because they're struggling in the area.
Yeah.
They can't keep up,
Yeah.
so they're having to do a lot of upgrades right now.
What's
A lot of
impressive.
that is gonna fall back on the age of the system
Mhm.
in place.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of infrastructure that goes on these type of projects, obviously, but it's gonna be beneficial not only to those commercial industrial buildings, but for residential as well. Yeah, a lot of activity.
I'm curious, is any of the counties looking at a data center coming in?
Looking at Oldham.
I can say we're not.
I want to say, they haven't, not that we know of, they're looking at us, but we have 4 in Shelby County.
Gonna be high energy.
Just smaller ones than what they were talking about in Oldham and everywhere, yeah. That would be a problem with right now in Shelby, it's just supplying the power. Water would be no problem,
Water wouldn't be the issue.
it's just the power.
Same with.
If it's on the KU side, if it's on the Shelby Energy East Kentucky, they'll say they can serve whatever.
All right. Don't rush this along, that starts in 5 minutes over there, other business?
Yes, the KYTC is conducting its rural consultation survey. They only do that once every 5 years, and it takes about 5 minutes to take the survey. I know Judge Ogburn and Judge Bates have taken it, thank you. and a few other people have taken it. But if you haven't taken it yet, there's a link on the last reminder email I sent, or you can ask me to send it again if you need to. The other is the Federal Lands Access Program grant application for Spencer County. We're working with KYTC on the intersection of KY 44 and Overlook Road. That's the intersection that gives access to the dam and the marina and Edgewood Resort in the tailwaters area. We've been working with HSIP on a plan for a R-cut there. So that's a restricted crossing U-turn. So if you're coming up, going north on Overlook Road, you would not be able to make a left turn onto 44. You would need to make a right turn and then a U-turn, and would have a bulb out there to accommodate any vehicles with boats or tractor trailers or anything like that. So that would improve the safety and efficiency of that intersection. Where the application deadline is October 1st, and we're looking forward to getting that in. And that program has $5 million earmarked for Kentucky. So we're not competing with other states, it's just Kentucky. So we're hopeful that we might have a good chance with that.
All right.
Now,
What was the estimate on that?
There's not an official one, but we're thinking it's gonna be around $1 million, because it's only a half R cut really, because it's a three-way intersection. So we're hoping it's on the lower end, but we don't have the final estimate done yet.
So an R-cut, I'm assuming they have a safety analysis on it, but an R-cut where you have to cross 2 lanes of high-speed traffic with your boat to make your left turn and then merge back into the fast lane coming the other direction is more safe than signal.
a red light, yeah.
I mean, it doesn't warrant a signal. But ARPA just didn't feel like the right thing there.
Well, QK4 is taking a look at it for them.
Yes,
We can,
That's an HSIP project.
Yeah.
We haven't been involved with it.
yeah, Mike Vaughn has
I
been
would
working
wanna
with us on
go
it.
in a Houseboat out there.
Yeah, it's supposedly designed to be able to accommodate large vehicles or trailing a boat. And the statistics on the R cuts are that they're effective by reducing the conflict points. But yes, I think already now, if you're making going towards Louisville from the marina, it's a difficult turn probably. And the ability to be able to take it into 2 different pieces there, 2 different movements, is supposed to be improve safety and efficiency there.
I mean, it's tough making a left turn coming out of there,
Mhm.
because traffic's coming quick, 2
Right,
directions.
right.
But I still support making a big roundabout and name it the Karen Spencer Roundabout. But I mean, a roundabout would be good there. I'd almost hate to have my name on it, because people would hate it until they loved it.
Can you say?
But, I mean, it would probably, you need to slow and fix it. And so,
Well, I'll agree with Larry. I think a red light there signal it would help take care of the problem.
slow them down.
Unfortunately, there's not enough traffic.
Just don't change small. They come and see what's there.
About that.
Yeah. I'm like that ARPA's everywhere. Not a thing.
All right, we got, next meeting's October 23rd, and any motion to adjourn. Motion, second, all in favor, say aye. All right,
Yeah, guys.
we got 1 minute to get over here.